coming alive. Heated enough.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy.
So, the second video I wanted to do, as I put it out, and everybody said they wanted to know a little bit more about sleep. So, the biggest thing that everybody underestimates is sleep, and I know because I do it, I'm one of the worst for it. But what I wanted to do is have a little look at some things that are basically going to make you sleep bigger, faster, and stronger. So my first suggestion, and something that I really wanted to look into, was about sleeping positions. So everybody sleeps a bit differently. Some people sleep really weirdly. Some people sleep like this. Some people sleep like Dracula. Or if you're like me, some people sleep like this. Now, all three of those positions can cause problems. And because I sleep curled up, one of the major problems that I was having was waking up with a dead arm, problems with my neck, and also my lower back. So looking online, looking at a couple of really good physios who are putting some information out there, and I'll put the link underneath this video to the exact video that I watched about sleep, taught me if you're a curl sleeper or a cuddler, as my wife says, then there's a few things that you can do that will kind of help alleviate some of the problems that can happen from when you sleep, and make you sleep better and not wake up and keep tossing and turning. So, if you're like me, one of the first things that you want to do is grab extra pillows, and you want to look at popping it between your legs. So it is going to feel a bit weird at first, but there is a reason for it, and I'm going to explain why. So, I sleep on the side like this. Now, when I sleep on my side, my back is taking awful lot of pressure into this side, and my legs are sinking down. So one of the things that's a really good suggestion is popping a pillow in between your legs. Now this lifts this leg up and alleviates some of that pressure that's happening on your spine. Another pillow, handily, popping it behind your back and just placing it underneath where your butt is. Now my spine's in a really nice neutral position. I'm now facing this way. I've got this in between my legs, and the lower part of my back is propped up from the back and from the front. So my hips are neutral, my lower back's neutral. Now, dead arm. How do you stop this? Well, there's different types of pillows you can get. Some are different shapes, or you can set pillows up to be in a different shape yourself. So I like to have one pillow underneath, and then pop another one here. So my arm hasn't got my big massive head on it all night. So number one, better sleep using more pillows. If you share a bed with somebody, they're just gonna have to get used to it. You might have to go to IKEA and get a few more pillows, but I guarantee you're gonna wake up with less problems. It's certainly helped me. So number one, I'm just gonna have a little lie down now. Tip number two. Now this is really difficult for people, mostly because of things like this. So it's about the routine of sleep. Now if you've got children, you're probably used to reading them a bedtime story, sticking them in a bath, throwing them in the bed, locking the door and running downstairs and hoping they don't wake up. But as adults, we don't think about a routine for us. But what I've really tried to do over the past couple of months to really sort out this problem of sleep is really start addressing how and when I go to sleep, and mostly when I wake up. So even if I've worked late, I try and wake up at around 7:30, or if I'm on an early shift, I wake up a little bit earlier than that. It can be sometimes just before 6 a.m. Now waking up at a similar same time and going to sleep at the same time starts kicking into something called your circadian rhythms. Now everybody has various processes going through, and your circadian rhythms are in relation to your sleep cycle. Now you might think that when you wake up in the morning, you just progressively get more and more sleepy, and by the time you're mostly tired from doing everything you do in the day, then it's time to go to sleep. doesn't really work like that. Your body clock, when you go to sleep, gives you an amount of sleep, tells you when to wake up. So if you're an afternoon napper, you can still fall asleep. You're not necessarily had a full day. So try and reduce those afternoon naps unless you really need to get them in, and really try and wake up at the same time. So for me, I found that I can now train earlier in the morning. I'm a bit more awake and more alert. Also, it helps with your digestion, also helps with muscle repair. So the big point of this video is that sleep can make you bigger and stronger and faster. And something that I heard recently was you tear the muscles in the gym, you feed them in the kitchen, and you build them in the bed. And that is why you want to get a really good routine with your sleep. So that's my second hint. So the third and final little suggestion that I've got for getting better sleep is in and around supplements. So I've tried things before. One of them was ZMA. Everybody talks about ZMA helping you get better sleep and stuff like that. I didn't really have any positive effects from it. I didn't make really any notice to the sleep and any like how deep I was sleeping. However, one thing that I've started to take, and I do take regularly from Progenex, is Cocoon. 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 Now, Cocoon is an amino acid containing casein protein. So casein protein that gets digested slower, and what's really good with that is while you're sleeping through the night, the casein protein works its way through, repairing your muscles, and also just being a nicer way of digestion. If you'd have a whey isolate before you go to bed, you might be getting up in the middle of the night to run to the loo, depending on how much you've had, where this actually helps you sleep a little bit better by the digestion. Tastes really good. You mix it with water, it's basically like a hot chocolate with no sugar in, which matches up with some of the other things I've talked about before of not having any sugar. But what makes Cocoon a little bit different than just a sugar-free hot chocolate drink with a bit of protein is it contains something called tryptophan. So before I started taking this, I'd never really heard of tryptophan. I had to Google how to say it, wasn't really sure, but that I've been promised that's how you say it. And tryptophan is the amino acid that's contained within Cocoon, and it's an amino acid that has been proven to help boost serotonin levels and also helps with sleep. So the main benefit of this, and I've not found another product on the market that contains tryptophan with the casein and also tasting really well, is that it helps you get off to sleep but maintain that deeper sleep. So with the more serotonin that's been released, you get a deeper, better sleep. And you might wake up in the morning not as angry because you've got a bit more natural serotonin levels that have come in. So those are my 3 suggestions. Number 1, look at how you're sleeping, grab some more pillows, readjust them for how you sleep to kind of take some pressure off your spine or any key injury area. Number 2, get into a good pattern and rhythm of sleep. Try and wake up at the same time every single day. Trust me, those Sunday lie-ins where you're lying till kind of 10 o'clock, they're going to do you more harm sometimes than good, even if you think you're squeezing in a bit more sleep. And the third is look at what products are out there to help aid sleep and what work for you. ZMA didn't work for me, but it might work for you. And the other main one has been a good source of casein protein, and I'm going to recommend it because I have it every day, is Progenex's Cocoon. So I really hope that you've managed to pick something up from this. If you sleep a little bit better, fantastic. Please let me know, just comment underneath or share with me any tips you've had about going to sleep a bit better. And I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see you later.
You know what happiness is, you hey, clap along if you feel like that's what